この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo. I am here for Frieren, episode 24, and we're going to begin with some quick spilling my tea all over the place. So smooth. So fucking smooth. Now there's tea all over my water. Oh, shit. Well, I guess we're doing something different than I expected for today's drawing. I'm gonna soak this paper in tea, and we'll see how it goes from there, because that's what the universe has decided for me. Sometimes things don't quite work out the way that you expect, and sometimes that's where the art comes from. Sometimes it's just a weird wet piece of paper, though. I don't know what I'm doing. My initial thing was I was going to do some quick maths, and I was going to draw an equal sign, and then draw like a little Frieren on one side, and then like make it kind of jokey and be like, so how many Denkens does it take to equal one Frieren? And like solve for F, the variable that denotes the Frieren-ness. God, this paper's so good. It's such good linen-y paper. Could wear it as clothing. Fuck. Now, that's not what I want to do. Instead, I want to do something else. I just feel weirder vibes. Oh. Feels like, okay, so here's actually what I see here, is I see the emergence of this Frieren floating up above us, right? And like an impact frame, like too much energy, too much light, and our trio, like Denken and Elfen and Richter, standing there like barely holding on as just the energy and threatens to like disintegrate them as people. That's the vibe that I've got here. Yeah? Yeah. This has been called something of a twisted test. It's shaking out to be very difficult for some of the competitors. Who will make it through? And is there anything that Frieren herself will have to face down here that can have the same degree of impact? I don't know. But I'm ready to go rather quickly and swimmingly for the next episode of Soul Sono Frieren, and I'm very grateful to have you along with me for the ride. Let's go ahead and dive into watching episode 24, and we'll see what it makes us want to talk about and what we experience here. We're going to have a bunch of characters fight an enormous Frieren that may or may not be fully in Frieren powers, who's made of stone and is really cool, and there are other battles going on at the same time in other places. How we choose to approach this is going to change the whole game. So the only thing we can do is jump on in and see how the show chooses to approach this really cool moment. It's something that we haven't, it's not a rarity, people fighting themselves or facsimiles, but the structure is pretty unique, and Frieren is a show that has consistently wowed me by executing concepts that I've seen elsewhere better. Can it do it here? I'm pretty confident. Let's go ahead and watch the episode, and we will find out. Thanks for joining me. I've got episode 24 up and ready to go. There'll be two versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, a beep beep timer to count you down, early access on the Patreon, beep beep timer to count you down. Let's go! So cool. Not cool. Much less cool. Oh, I forgot that we had her with us, because there are 4 of us. God, she's fuck. Be the fuck out of here. Alright. Oh, we're just building to the OP, and it's just the stinger sequence from the last episode, and it still makes me feel all wibbly. Ooh, I've seen all this before, and I'm still wibbled so hard. What powerful show running. This OP has grown on me significantly. It's still the first one, though. I really love this arc. I really love it. It's such a surprising tangent or a diversion from what we had expected as the main part of the show. It's so good. Perfect. I'm sorry. Perfect replicas. This is the third of the ones that we've seen. Oh, that looks like Fern. Reads the memories. So it would be of Frieren. Memories. Oh yeah, Einsam. That's so similar. Ah, we haven't met you much yet. Yeah, how do you defeat yourself? She wanted to see what Frieren was up against. Fair. A true test. There's a lot of duality and empty things, or like missing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, you can't avoid the continued assault. That is an auto turret. It just goes on when you're in line of sight. Zoltrack K47. Oh. Oh. Ow. Ah. Why does it have your bottle? So. Yeah, what do you think this is? You probably have some insight, Land. Why isn't it attacking them? It's gotta have some limitations. It's not chatty at all. Called out. But it. Different. Can't speak. So it's intelligent and it knows what those are. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is a kind of U-belly strategy. Fuck. So that means it has Frieren's memories? Damn. Still Mega Knight-kun. Nope. Oh! Maybe he doesn't know. Or he feels like it. That's a weird answer. Super cool. I plan to get the other one back. Gives up the bottle anyway. Let's go, U-Belt! Let's go! Whoa, zooming! Whoa, zooming! Booming! 'Cause it's you! But so does it, right? If you see each other... Unison. But you're perfectly evenly matched. It has to be strategy. You're gonna take that coin flip? Yeah, but if that's you... This is cool. This POV shot is so cool. Got him. See you. But you too. Both of you. Yeah. Frozen. Got you in turn. Oh! Faith! That was a different one. It's around the other corner. Why was it, like, twitching out? Oh, it was part of his illusion! Son of a dick! Actually, aren't we all? Son of a dick land! Hey, buddy. Aww! Oh, it's love! Oh, it's love! It's true! Oh, they're so cute together. Ah. You actually care. Yeah! Like, regardless of whether it was the clone. You manipulative bitch! I love her. I want one. Yeah, it might take just a little longer. I love the memes of, like, them with babies. Just, like, a little longer, you know? Secret passage or something? Is there a mimic back there? Frieren will find it if there is. She's finding a secret. How? How do you know? It's probably a mimic, dude. That's so fucking... Zoom, enhance, slip, fuck! Ah! Treasure! It's a trap, dude. It's... Oh. 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 Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, it seems like it might be okay. Okay. Whoa. That section got... Whoa! Oh, the sound design's so juicy. Dank. Straight up a Dark Souls thing, right? Like, I've fought this boss. You have to put the cup on the thing. You just gotta touch it, right? You touch it, and then the thing opens up, and suddenly you're fighting a skeleton, and he's very spooky, and he slams stuff at you. Been here. Been here. I know what's in this room. Be careful, bro. Whoa. History. Ah. Discovering true treasure. Whoa. We just got an emotional response from Frieren at discovering something. Whoa. Is she like, oh, I knew that guy. He was alright. Trap. Okay. Whoa. What was that? What was that cut? Snip clack. Oh, hello. Oh, they're on the other side. Hey, there's a problem back there. But also in that hall, there's a U. Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Extremely! She's into it. Yes, I'm into it too, Frieren. Be challenged, be challenged. Finally, let's see what you're made of. Zensen wants this too. Fuck, this is cool. I didn't think we'd be able to get them against each other. We gotta team up. Don't exist. Mimics. It's cool seeing them all, like, vibe immediately and be on the same page with, like, yeah, you're a real problem. She's like, yeah, I am. Whoa, hot. Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. Oh, but it would on me. Oh, please penetrate Miss Frieren's defenses. You're coming back over here. I have 0 resistances. You got any of those? Is that the one with the 2, like, followers, sort of? Pinkish hair? I wonder if that's her. Oh. Dangerous as fuck. But this is the exact kind of strategy. Yeah, it is her. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. It read her? It read her? But the pacifist. That doesn't seem fair. I wonder what their whole team strategy is. People aren't focused on it. Ah, instead of Zoltrak style direct beams. It's got a lot of mana. Of course it fucking tentacle a Doc Ox. Stab you with tentacle Doc Ox. Scary. Yeah, if you can't see it, you can't do it. I wonder if that's how Sense herself, Zen's fights. Gonna break your bottles and back out? Unless we pop in and Frieren just blast the shit out of it. Voice. Huh. Huh. Says. And that's deadly. That's still our big question. They're gonna work for it. Let's go. Dunstead and what's his face? About to find out if it'll work. We've been spotted. Ah! Ah! She's looking. Whoa, she's throwing stuff. I thought she had no combat capability. Oh! Oh! So it's gonna hit. Oh, so full coverage. Oh, and both. Oh, so scary. Oh god, my headphones. No. Ah! Now you're fucked. God, this thing is so scary. Oh, spikes. The perfect yandere. Yeah, you got her? An opportunity to exploit. I don't think it has a mind. No, you kneel. AI. Break them bottles, y'all. Clearly. Oh! Oh! Thanks, Home Slice. Bye. Have fun. Yes. But now we know the piece. The hypnosis stuff will not work, so we gotta do something different. Maybe. With herself being there, that's so scary. Whoa. What framings. Nice. She's so happy. They're just going at it. That's great. Yeah, same strategies. Unless those two come in and collapse this, and then the whole group comes and meets the rest, we could all, like, smash together and push through. Same vibe. Whoa. Strategy. And dropping rocks on you? Whoa. Fucking so sick, Virbel. You think? Who else? So? Hi. Season Senryaku. Alright, we're gonna find out what the next episode's title is, and we might just speed through to watching it, yo. We might have to. Because I'm ready to see this thing go to fruition. There are a couple of cool, like, cuts and animation bits that I want to talk about in this episode, but not a lot that I want to, like, go super in-depth on. Just point at it and be like, this is fucking cool, and then move to the next one. I want to see how we actually resolve. A fatal flaw! A vulnerability to be exploited! Frieren's fatal one. This is such a smooth and crisp episode. It's like, gosh. This is the perfect example of an episode that flies under the radar in terms of its awesomeness. The fact that we come out of this feeling like that was so smooth and so straightforward and like we can just move on and like the story just went into our brains and felt easy and simple is a testament to how well structured, carefully put together, and how much effort went into this episode. So this is a weird thing in watching shows and in looking at media. Often it's the most striking, most impressive, most out there episodes that are the most striking and impressive. No surprise there, really. But often it's the least striking and most unobtrusive and most subtle episodes that take the most work and, to me, are the most impressive in some ways. Now, to get bowled over by amazing animation is its own thing, but to have amazing animation woven in through simple, subtle, nuanced storytelling that feels like there's so much going on, despite being slow in its pace in some ways, that is what Frieren has excelled at throughout its run. And I love it. There are bits and pieces of interesting framing and work throughout this episode that I find stellar. This whole scene is framed as symmetries and broken symmetries. 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 Together we sit. But broken symmetries Empty chairs. Very poignantly aware of the one who is missing from here. And it leads us to wonder where she might be, and then bring us to that point. Good fucking God, the blasts of magic are amazing. Lifted off the ground. Voo. Boom. And suddenly we're flying. Like, we just catapult into movement in a spectacular way. And back from it. Bam! And there and back. Most of this episode is scattered bits of action, peppering and decorating characters thinking about what the fuck they're gonna do. The whole Ubel scene is characters thinking and talking about what they're gonna do. All the Denken scenes are characters thinking and talking about what they're gonna do. Most of the Frieren scenes are characters thinking and talking about what they're going to do to find this place, to look at the thing, and moving forward to what they're going to do here. Once we collide and collapse all those things, it's characters talking and thinking about what they're going to do and gathering information and sharing it with each other. And when we go over here, it's entirely Adel talking and thinking about what she's going to do with the information that we don't have because we don't know if they have minds yet, up until the point when we find out. And then, from there, more talking and thinking about what we were going to do. This entire episode is character internal dialogue, like, I wonder what we can do to fix this problem. The whole episode. And yet, not for a second to me does it feel boring or trite or failing to be enjoyable. That takes some doing, y'all. That takes some work. It's fucking sick. Now, this image is really cool, because that looks like Fern, and it's meant to. Who is this purple-haired lady with bangs? I don't know. It's not strange to me that we jump from here to an image of Fern very similarly holding up a staff, like, feels quite similar in some ways. She is something like the chosen one, and that's where we get to at the end, is like Fern's the one who has a possibility, has a chance of doing it. Isn't that cool? Ubel's fucking hot. I can't help it. Cloning magic specialist, amazing. Their banter is great. The chattiness during combat, spectacular. And as a way of finding out more about the monster, spectacular as well. And then when we get up to the moment itself, first of all, this is super sweet and cute to engineer this situation, to force him to help. But then, when we actually dive into it, it's worth talking about a couple of these pieces of animation because they're so good. This is like Laufen mode. We go from Kaganashi to not Kaganashi, as though the line art disappearing is simply a true effect of the speed that Ubel is moving. So there's no line art because she's too fast, and then as she slows down, it emerges and then vanishes again as things begin to move more quickly a little bit. Full background animated POV shots are awesome, and then full in mind for the whole battle in a way that is focused a lot on being inside Ubel's POV, and on sharing that with us, on symmetries, on mirrors. And that's exactly what the whole episode is about, so of course it's like that. Boom, symmetries and mirrors. How cool. How often do you get to animate stuff like that with characters fighting their mirrored self in unison, in a dance? Or these sorts of POV shots where you're whipping the camera around as you can't follow someone else's speedy movements, or pushing through and going even beyond what we have before. Like, this is spectacular. This is the kind of stuff that gets really impressive in Jujutsu Kaisen, but isn't even as followable. What happens here? Well, Ubel does a spinning back kick, like with the hind right leg, the Ubel clone, and we block, catch, and push it away here, causing her to topple back up and spin, and then we attack back. It's like, this is choreographed. This is put together. You cut off my hairs, and I cut off your stone. Back and forth and back and forth. No luck, no desire to fight myself, and then this fisheye as we end into the lens. A plan, a plot, and a scheme that pays off. One that requires trust. Very interesting. Requires trust. No, you didn't seem kind, but I knew what you would do. A little longer, just a little longer. One day I'll empathize. Frieren's search for treasure is amazing. Maps are fucking cool. They're just even cooler than they were before. This whole location is awesome, but I gotta say, the best, I think this is my favorite thing in the episode, is this grinding and then the sound design on. And then this. I'm there. I'm transported to that brick wall. I'm inside it. I'm in the wall. I'm in the wall now. Fucking sick. Totally a Dark Souls boss room. With cool murals and all. Very fucking cool. Fascinating to see Fern's response to this. Her eyes actually light up. Because we talked about it just before. About how seeing that happen for Frieren was something that Fern was interested in. Like, wanted to experience for herself. And now we see something like it now. Discovering and rediscovering a treasure. This spinning moment, I thought was more of a transition than it was. I thought it was like a click to a bad juju. But instead, it was just a cute transition, which is pretty cool. And then it's all convo from here. Frieren getting more and more excited as she realizes that this will actually be something like a challenge for her is stunning. It's so cool to see. Methode is super hot. I can't, it's just, mommy, I can't, I'm so sorry. That's not my thing, but fuck. Some people talked about Zine leaving. Like, there's an image, it's like the two people digging through a wall, and it's Zine who like gives up, and Frieren who's still digging away and is about to make it through, but instead of treasure on the other side, it's Methode. because Zine gave up like so 1 mile across the mommy MILF finish line. So close, my guy. We all want to penetrate the mental defenses. We all ship it. It's glorious. But there is a fatal vulnerability. And then, I think the only thing to say is that we find some interesting stuff out about magic. The stuff about modern magic is really cool. I'm curious about all three of these names. Adel, Dunste, and Bly. Dunste is haze. Bly is lead. And Adel is noble. Okay. Lead, haze, smoke. I wonder what their actual intended techniques are. Modern techniques don't work for this as well. But very interesting to learn this as well. Most attack spells use natural objects. We've seen a lot of that. But we really express it here. It's much harder to generate objects or to fire, it seems, beams of lasers, even though those are the simplest thing. So this seems like evidence to me of what we've done for Frieren and for Fern in terms of training primarily on an energy beam type of weapon. They don't train at all in modern style attacking magics. They don't throw stuff at each other at all. At all. They know how to defend against it. But that's it. Super interesting. The way that Sansa moves is fucking scary. And then this moment when it actually kicks into gear is beyond cool. Suddenly we're flying, and it's like so smooth and so spooky. She's got way more capacity than I thought. I thought she was going to be completely without. Framing and movement for Sansa is so crazy. It's so insane to do this with like a monochromatic character coloring. It's so different looking. And the shing, ha! Ah! Ah! Truly a first-class mage. What a deeply unfair addition to this test. And well, our question is answered. The one that Frieren chose not to assume about. No minds here. Run to the fighters. And so we pull out. We check in with everyone. We watch as these battles continue and begin to sway. These moments, as Virbel fires, are so crisp, again demonstrating this incredible capacity for unleashing stellar animation, like, just at a whim. On a whim. And then the final blast that he uses is like, in any other show, it would be episode worthy, you know? Like, this would be the only Sakuga cut that we would need in the episode. And we would be like, damn, this episode was fucking stacked. But instead, it's just like one of a dozen. So, totally nonchalantly, Fern puts forth that she thinks she could kill Miss Frieren. Not just the facsimile, but the real deal. Let's see what that strategy ends up being. Ain't no way we're gonna leave it here today. We gotta watch another one. I came into this ready to understand how we would beat the Frieren facsimile, and that's how we're gonna leave, is knowing how the hell we're gonna do that. So, thank you so much. I will take a quick breaky thingy and be back in just a second for episode 25. Much love. Peace. Okay, well, the plan was to find out how we would defeat this Frieren simulacrum, and we're still on task. We're gonna follow that through. What the hell is the plan, man? Let's find out here in episode 25 of Soso no Frieren. Up and ready to go, 2 versions, all that jazz, beep beep timer. Saw. But Fern can. I love Sense in the far corner. I love how Frieren is so excited by that. Like, not at all miffed by it. Oh. Serie. I wonder. Was that something that Serie had said once, or was that something that Frieren said to Serie? Maybe neither. I wonder. Curious. Curious! I want to headbang through this. I don't know why. It's like, it's the mood that I'm in today in particular. I just want to like... So fucking metal. Yeah! 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 Oi! Oi! And here's the breakdown. Ooh. A fatal vulnerability. What do we got? Oh. Oh. Who's this? Is this Dunster and Bly? I missed what she was saying when that happened. Oh, wow. It's Dunster. Hey, buddy. They don't have minds. Ah, an angel. He's been killed, probably. Okay, I hope so. Thanks, Bly. Fuck. Ah. Keep going. Damn. You know, I'm pretty certain that Sen says it wouldn't kill them. It would be so accurate, right? Yes, you do. Certainly. Yeah, he was about that from the beginning, y'all. Got any healers? Let's go. 1 level of cleric. Look at you, Methode. Aren't you dank? Oh, fucking hot. Not fair. Hmm. An AI. Ah, that's something we didn't end up talking about. Okay. Mimics! Do they have a fatal vulnerability? Hmm. Hmm. Meanie! Oh, hello! She knows stuff! They made it. Let's go. You had it. It's all about information. Last episode was too, but this one's about sharing it or not. To not share? Yeah, whatever. Fair. They waited a while. Fair. Ooh, here we go. I fucking love it. Oh, it's so spicy. Ooh. That's what awoke. Fatal vulnerability. But getting through. And the time it would take to get that undone means you're going to get attacked. Fuck. Whoa. Okay, so there's no getting through. Yeah, I was thinking exactly that. Go around, but... Damn. Alright, so there's no easy way around it. We gotta fight that thing. How? Mimics. Hmm? Others will be coming. I mean, Sense's on the way, too. Unless we can use that. Whoever's strongest goes there, like as a grab, and then the rest come through and clean up. What do you got? Yes? Like an irresistible urge to find mimics? Please just please just piece of candy. Piece of candy folk magic grimoires. Who has grimoires, y'all? Who's got grimoires? Just gonna take out a grimoire and put it down and be like, what will happen? Sick. I mean, it's not gonna hurt her. Just as Oldrak. No. Is her defense automatic? I don't get it. Does she put too much into defending? Oh. That's so silly. A vulnerability is a vulnerability. Exploit what you can. In most circumstances. But in this one, maybe we can. That's awesome. Good job, Fern. It's perceptiveness and knowledge of each other. And information sharing. This is crazy. We're having this like montage sequence over all the information stuff. As though this is the bonding experience. Like this is the emotional moment instead of the logical moment. We've converted it. We've converted it from a logical moment to a combination or a moment. It's like adventuring with a party. What? Oh, okay, I see. We're back here. Planning with the homies. It's a walking day. Distracto, supporting fire. I love it when a plan comes together. Holy shit. Nostalgic as hell. God, the music's so fucking sick. Ah! Woo! This is cool. I didn't know that you could do a sequence like this and make it work this way. I didn't realize that you could do a sequence like that and make it work that way. That really worked for me. Let's do it. We've done our Ocean's 11 sequence. Now we just gotta... When you say it, I almost believe. And truly full cleared them, too. Which two? Oh. It's just gonna be the two of us? That's the strategy we've come up with? No need to risk you all. Damn. So everybody has a plan. Hello, Kane, Levine, Methode. Let's go. Follow the plan. Let's go. Here we go. Hello, not Frieren. Me. All right, let's leave. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah, who's worse against who? Fuck, this 2v1 is crazy. This is the math? I would have been wrong with my math. I guess it is 1 Fern plus 1 Frieren versus 1 Frieren, so... Makes sense. Oh, cool. Cool framing. And perfect mirrors. With Fern as the oddity. Whoa, seeking each other. Whoa. Uh-huh. What the fuck are we witnessing? I expect this to be an incomprehensible transcendent battle. Oh! And that's the moment when... Fuck! Cold as stone. She is really amazing at it. That's why then. Oh. Oh! But that's all you need. You're trained from birth, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Engraved into your being. What were you doing this whole time? This is what you've trained for, Fern. I built you that way. Ah, sick. I built you that way. You could fire on the wrong Frieren if you wanted to. You won't. Oh fuck, we're gonna jump out of it. Oh, to here. Ha. Ha. Whoa. Whoa. So before Flamme's death, it wasn't possible? So the whole Mage Empire thing is all Frieren's masters. Then that's how we knew that you were the head of the Continental. And yet you've done it. To open it to the world. Total change. Continental Magic Association. No stopping it either. And all of this was seen. Yeah. And yet you have anyway. How interesting. Why would I want that? A returner's magic should be... Okay. Wow. So you say. You got another copy? Get fucked. Huh? You mean I can't stop it? Get fucked. Get fucked. We're meeting again. Whoa, okay. And that will lead to the moment that we saw in the flashback, right? Beautiful. What then? Oh, a little Flamme. A memory of a child. You loved her, Serie. Exactly like you, Frieren. One who values those useless spells. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. And yet you trained her. Uh-huh. And now she has grown and died, and that dream has come to bear. Yeah. Impact. Ripples. She knew. She was. It's a way to live. Hmm. Humans have it compressed. Yeah. Yeah. That's generations. Hmm. 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 So here we are. Here we are. It's when that's what it is. And when Fern said that, like, I think I could probably do it, that's when she thought of this moment. Watch out. Or a human. Fern. Right now. There she is. She trained her for it, too. She trained her for it, too. To truly build a tree. To grow a tree that she might not be able to sit under the branches of. For others. Despite being immortal. For a future. For Flamme. Cut back. Sick. Ah! Ah! Why is it so fucking good at this? Why does the show do this shit? Let's go, Fern. Get blasted, bitch. It pays off. 1,000 years of waiting. 1,000 years of waiting and it pays off. What? Fuck! What a fucking stinger. What a fucking flashback moment. Like, right in the midst of the battle, fucking insanity. Fudge. Shit, fudge. It nails it, confirms so many of our beats and our themes and our ideas. It's like Frieren lives up to them. Flamme proves them. They come to fruition 1,000 years later. They come to bear. And Fern is the example of it, and we've been watching it build. Ah! It makes me feel things that I can't get out of my mouth. They tangle in my brain space. God, it's fucking cool. What an absolute banger of an episode. I really, really think so. Okay, so first half of the episode, fine. It's mostly just talking and chatting with a couple of sprinkles of interesting stuff as we find out information about Frieren's inability to detect magic, and Fern is able to exploit that in a useful way because she sees her and knows her and empathizes and understands and can grow and is learning, which all comes to bear later as we experience this nostalgia of planning a thing and the joy of doing it. That leads in and perfectly frames our nostalgia, our history, our looking backward, our stepping into this void, into this space of danger, and being completely aware that what we are doing is taking the footsteps that have been prophesied in some sense by Serie's words. We come to the climax of this battle and execute on some fantastic shots. Shots that, to me, can only be matched in my mind by something that I watched last Friday in one of the most spectacular episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen that we've seen, which was itself one of the most spectacular episodes of animation that I've seen in ever, and we match it. To my mind, we match that shit. What the fuck? It goes so hard. It's so sick. These moments of movement and flame and fire and deep single color and slow, super sexy flip, sides, mirrors, insanity, behind, above. And away off into the past. What are you, Fern? Why have you been trained the way you have? Because Frieren was aware of this prediction. A human mage. Flamme made efforts to set up the foundations for a world that she would never see, to plant the seeds of a tree that she would never be able to rest under. The same tree where Frieren found the false grimoire, the same tree that's like an image in our representations. It's the tree that Flamme planted. One that Serie was like, I don't want you to plant a tree, Flamme. The next generation shouldn't get to exist under that shade. They have to build it for themselves. But she loved her so much. Unable to say it, right? She was just someone I trained on a whim. Baka. It's not like I cared about her. And yet, I can't stop myself from enabling her dream, for caring about it. And despite all of Serie's denial, Serie has become the head of the Continental Magic Association 1,000 years later. Despite everything, despite denying it, rejecting it, refusing, has engaged with it and allowed it and enabled it, foresaw it, didn't like what she foresaw, and yet, in the wake of Flamme's death, Serie has watered the tree. Despite disagreeing with it being planted, despite not caring or wanting it, has allowed the tree to grow. Her dream had come true regardless. It was a simple, childish, true dream, one born from a love of this thing, not from a need to shake the world, or a belief that it really would. That was a hope built from her own joy at experiencing something valuable, wanting to share it. How powerful, how relatable to me. A pure joy and a desire to share it, out of altruism, out of love for others. Walking alongside this apparition of the child, 1,000 years ago in Serie's mind, and yet crystal clear. Not thinking it was possible, for she was so small, so short, so tiny. But she always decided fast. She had to. And there's a lesson there, says the show. Through its contrast, by allowing us to observe someone who lives on, makes us feel our own mortality more, makes me feel like Flamme, like here we are, these fragile human things. We exist on the edge of death compared to many, many things. Compared to these ideas of elves that live on and see many generations go by. Our lives feel long to us sometimes, but they're so short. We have to make our choices. We can't delay. Humans cannot afford to delay them. And the imagery around this is so stunning and so evocative. It takes me to childhood. It puts me in that state of like, what decisions do I need to make in order to exist well? In order to move forward, in order to plan properly, in order to set things up for my future self and for the future selves that exist in others. How do I do that? Somehow watching these fictional characters from a fictional race that doesn't exist, fictionally observing a world that is moving on past them because of fictional fucking magic, helps me understand reality better. How strange, yes? And so now, 1,000 years later, as predicted, you will be killed either by the Demon King or by a human. And so Frieren strides onward toward the edge to look off into the future. Serie turns back and stays where she is, but Frieren gazes onward into the light. And light is indeed what takes up our screen. That smile is so genuine, so solid, so believing, so caring, so trusting, so proud. What a joy to watch a plan come together. Banter, characters set up for next time, spells and interesting things. Information and information and information is most of the name of the game. But there's one portion here after we get that nostalgic feeling. There's one portion that I want to highlight because we move into it and the music shifts. Dun, dun, like big epic. And then it moves into this like, now we're going into it. And planning and stuff. Sorry, I should say it's here. Once we reveal the vulnerability, we go into this, okay, let's discuss our strategy. And we bring in this piece of piano music. And it evokes that nostalgia for me, that feeling of like, this is the emotional catharsis of the episode, not the big boss battle, really. It's this moment that's the most crucial and climactic. It's the working together and the seeing each other and having fun in this moment. And then we tie that in and make it make sense here and make the epicness come together and build up to it with the soundtrack and then say the dopest fucking thing. We got this shit. I'm the best there is. Fuck. We enter into that hell, that terrifying void of the unknown and spectacle immediately. There are a couple things that I want to hone in on. This double mirroring is so cool. This moment, as they both find vulnerabilities in each other's defenses and rebuild their defenses to match, it's like fainting in boxing. It's like moving around each other. So fast, too fast. Eyes narrowing. And then explosions of light that don't even make sense. So spectacular. And then these beams that hold in space as we move through them and tumble and jump and run. It reminds me of the shot with Zine running around the big plant monster, but it's just so full. And so amazing and so cool. It's like effortless. It's just like the surprise that they have at how fast Fern is at Zoltrak. That's the kind of subtlety of ability to just fire off laser beams of power that this animation studio has. It's like subtlety, 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 more extravagant than you could possibly imagine without even missing a beat or skipping a step or catching their breath. Just perfect flow. Perfect flow. Perfect tension. Back, forth, flip, flip. I think this whole mirrored sequence might be one of my favorite sequences of animation and composition and put togetherness. Full stop. Up until this point, that was probably taken by the the demon fight with Fern. And I think we just transcended it in a different and odd way. Because this is its own style and its own sort of thing in a different way. But it's awesome. Frieren, the character, continues to surprise me. Frieren, the show, continues to make my life worth living. Wednesdays, baby! This is what we're here for. That was fucking insane. I don't even know if I can... I'm so rocked by how cool that was. I don't even know if there feels like there's, like, deep stuff to get really intricate and deep about, yeah? Like, I want to, because that's what I want to provide as we go through this show, but for what we just experienced, at some level, the deepest I have is, and I can't really get much deeper than that because it's so good. I'm usually real iffy about using the word good or like making explicit value judgments, because they're opinion judgments, really. They should be in the frame of like, I really enjoyed this. That did a lot for me. That impacted me emotionally. This show seems to speak to me. I found those animation sequences very compelling, right? I like to frame things that way, in a way that's neutral and like not personal, like expresses that it's personal opinion, right? And not taking personal opinion and stating it as objective fact. I don't normally do something like this. Objective fact. That was a dope episode of anime. Fight me. Fight me, motherfucker. Let's go. You don't think that was a dope episode of anime? What you got? What problems you got with it? Huh? Where are the flaws? Where are the flaws at? Is the flaw the perfectly executed emotional moment that links into Frieren's past and makes her nostalgic while she's planning with people, while also switching the tone of the entire logical, like, informational sequence away from what could have become more of a drag of information and logic, and instead sweeping us into a nice moment that, like, led into the perfect build-up toward the tension and the explosion of awesome that was the climax of the episode? You got a problem with that? Because I don't have a problem with that. I thought that was pretty fucking cool. How about the actual logical and informational stuff being really interesting and, like, cool and revealing interesting stuff about the nature of magic and the way that magic users work, and Frieren in particular, and how this god-tier character has a simple vulnerability that, like many people, is something that is just a kind of a bad habit that she's never been able to work out. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool and humanizing and real and feels like these characters are real people, too. Okay, what about the dope-ass battle? Yeah, you can't complain about that, can you? Nobody can. It's really fucking sick. Overall character interactions and stuff, pretty fucking cool. Overall look and feel of the episode, excellent. Yeah, and how about that deep and intricate flashback where we have two characters who are opposed in their viewpoints about the world, talking seriously about reality in a meaningful way, about their views for the future and how they'll choose to implement them despite their disagreement. And then having that be woven in so perfectly and timed so perfectly in the midst of a deciding conflict, of a deciding battle, that it's like we jump into this conflict, move to the place where the actual argument happens, and then resolve the argument with the last beam blast. Who's right in the end? In the end of this? Is it the statue who stayed static, or is it the one who trained an apprentice? Well, it's the one who trained an apprentice, and isn't that a part of the same thing? Serie herself trained an apprentice on a whim. Serie herself brought this about. Not willing it to be so, Serie's own choices to share and to spread magic have had ripples of their own. Now Flamme's have reinforced them, and Frieren's again, and Fern's will after her, and we move on. And we expand outward. And our actions last on beyond us and grow out beyond what we could have imagined. The seeds that we planted grow into great and beautiful trees that generations beyond us may rest within. It took 24 episodes to get up to this point. And we've nailed our themes in Frieren all throughout. But that felt like putting a pin in it. Sticking it to the board right where it needs to be, like a bullseye, like right on the money. Tail on the donkey. Here's our theme. Here's it executed in every layer it could be. Not only does it work on a personal level, it works on an individual relationship level. Not only does it work on an individual relationship level, it works on a broader, like, small society level. Not only does it work there, but it works on the scale of humanity at large. Your actions have consequences, good and bad. They have impacts that could grow beyond your wildest dreams. Act. Follow what you believe to be right. We'll see what happens. Thanks so much for joining me this week for Frieren. That was a couple of banger episodes. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope this works as a discussion for it. I don't know what the fuck else I could say. I was so bowled over by how dope that was. So, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next week for the next episode as we presumably head past the door and find out what treasures and perhaps other traps abound back behind there. And there's still a small army of other smaller statues coming after us. So, thank you. I'll see you next week for more early access on the Patreon. Much love. I'm so glad to get to share with you and make my own ripples. It means the world. I hope you do the same. I hope that this show inspires you, and I hope that maybe I can too. Thanks for joining me. Much love. Peace.